Hello again, everyone. Sorry I didn't make an appearance yesterday, but we had a choir concert last night and a rehearsal in the afternoon, so time was of the essence. Today is Phil's 80th birthday. We have friends coming over for lunch, so I thought I'd grab a quick bit of time now. I'm trying to make a card for our granddaughter Daisy, who is going to be 17. And in this country, 17 is a bit of a milestone for lots of young people because it's the age at which they can start to learn to drive. I bought an image from Silhouette of a car, and I cut it out with my Silhouette portrait, and I made it big and I embossed all the bits, and I thought it looked awful. So that is going to go the way of all flesh, put it down to experience. It just doesn't look like a girly card. It's too big, it's just nasty. So I'm trying again. So that was the original one. So I've reduced the size down to this. I don't know if you can see this little bit, but I'm hoping that it's going to look better than my first attempt, because that was just really, I just didn't like it. So, you know, it wasn't my Daisy. She's doing so well. She's got such a busy summer. Her predicted grades for A-levels were all A's. She's been nominated for a drama award. She's going up to London tomorrow for that. I don't know what the outcome of that's going to be. She's off to Kenya on her birthday next weekend for a week. She's going to do a bit of teaching English to kids over there. What an exciting summer. She's going to LA with her parent, her mum and her mum's partner and family. Oh, well, you know, she's going to be very busy. She's going to be really busy. So I've got a little car here, and I thought I'd colour this one, not with embossing powder, but with markers. So let me just take the windscreen out, because the windscreen is going to be separate from the rest of the car. The lights are going to be separate. Well, let me put these into something so they don't get lost. Got this really handy tray that Anne's husband Dale made for me on his 3D printer. They are just so useful for putting in little bits that you don't want to get lost. So let me put these in here. Those can stay. This middle bit can come out of the bumper or the fender, whatever you call it. The tyres are separate, so I can do that, because I intend colouring while it's on this sheet. It'll hopefully hold it in place, in position. So I think we'll do black for the tyres. I've got a Nouveau marker here. I'll use the broad end. And we'll just do black. Oops, didn't stay in, did it? My idea was that the tacky mat, the carrier sheet, would hold it in place. Okay, just wondering whether I should put a bit of lighter shading on that, because if you do lighter colours, it often pulls the colour out of the darker one. So let's just, this is just a very light grey. It has made a little bit of a difference. I'll just leave it on the one side. Okay, right. I think, shall we have self-coloured or black? Let's have black wing mirrors as well. Okay, there's the wing mirrors. Black. Now, what colour car? I have visions of a blue one, but I didn't like that blue very much. B120, a light blue. Let's try that. B120. Pale blue, I think it's called. Having a bit of difficulty seeing without the glasses on. Right. Pop these in there now. I've done them, so I don't lose those. 2 tyres. Right. Let's have a bit of nice colour for the car. Perhaps I will take it out because I don't want to get too much ink on the carrier sheet. Let's just put it onto a piece of silicone. Right. I prefer this colour to the one that was in embossing powder. I thought it looked, looking at it, I just thought it looked like the sort of metallic effect that you get with some paints, you know, the more expensive paints. Let's just put try a bit of shading just with the one marker. There's that bit. Let's do this bit. I'm going to do this the same colour. I don't know why this bit is different, whether to put that on that one. I did it black and I don't know if I like that. I have made a little number plate with her initials. Let's put these in here as well. And her initials and the number 17. You can get, I don't know if you can get them in the States, but you can get personalised number plates over here. It's a bit big, but I want to be able to see it. Can go there. Might leave that bit white, actually. I've made an L plate. We can stick the L plate on there. The tires are going to go under here. What colour should we do the lights? In the other one, I embossed these little bits in a dry embossing folder before I coloured them, but these are so tiny, I don't think it'll make a lot of difference. You know, sometimes when you look at lights on a car, you can see sort of bits, lines where there's all sorts of different angles that they've used to sort of deflect or diffract, I don't know what the right word is, the light. So let me just put a bit of a yellowy sort of colour on here. Let's just do those yellow. I'm going to put some shimmer pen over all of it, actually. Now, the windscreen or windshield, I'm just going to do the grey. I think I will leave that bit white behind there, I think. Don't know what else to do it, really. I did wonder about cutting a tiny piece of acetate for that. Let me put some shimmer pen on this and do it over all of it. It's pretty, isn't it? It's a lot prettier than that other thing. Tell you that for nothing. I've got this card panel here, so let's just move that. I've got the wing, mustn't forget the wing mirrors. Let's get those out of the... Very tiny. There we go. That's the joy of electronic cutting. The disadvantage is, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that the edges don't look finished to me. They look kind of raw, which is why I tend to do a bit of this business, just going around the edge and just rounding over the edges of the cut, just to make it look more like a die cut, smoother. Okay. Sweet, isn't it? Really sweet. Okay, now, what to do about a design for the actual card? I think we might put this onto a square. And I'll just put those onto there like that. This has got to go in there like this. And the tires, I'll put it onto a square. So I think that might be the one. So I can always have a slightly larger one as a little focal image. Right. We had this concert last night and it was choruses from the operas. And we were singing in so many different languages. I mean, I don't think I got my mouth around it, hardly any of the words, really. We were doing Russian and French and Italian. And I do speak a bit of French, but I don't speak Russian or Italian or anything else we did. That it was quite tricky. Our conductor likes us to do things in the original, in the original language where possible. So, right, let's have a look at this. I think that looked quite pretty, actually. The other one, it was just leaving me cold. I just couldn't imagine anything. I think I'll use a little stamp just to do a little bit of grounding for underneath the car. I think one of these might do. That one, probably. Let's have a look at this one here. These are just from Amazon. They're just nothing special. But they seem to do the job. So we want a really nice light grey for this. Let's try a bit of Lost Shadow. I'll try it on a bit of scrap first to see if I like the look of it. Let's have it that way out. I think that will do. I think that will actually do, yeah. So let's put that on the bottom of this panel. Don't think it needs much, it's just a suggestion of something underneath the car. That's the way up I did it just then. Okay. Now, if we put, I think I might attach the tires to the back of this. So let me put a little bit of glue on the back of this. Just a moment. I've got to have that piece on. So let me just attach that with a little bit of tape, I think. Nearly forgot that, didn't I? I'll put it on one side and then put the other bit up to it. I always find that is an easier way of doing things. Okay, put this bit in as well. All right, need to just cut this tiny bit of tape that's showing off here. That's it. Now we'll put the wheel behind. I took this jewel off here so I could keep this upside down. Forgot to do it. So the glue all runs down to the bottom. Right, let's have a look at this. The windscreen. I don't like the look of this, actually. I am wondering about a bit of plastic. Got a bit of overhead projector plastic here. Let's just see if I can do something with this. Yes, I think I might try that. So, it's difficult to see against the table, how this sort of fits. I'll stick it on and then I'll trim it a bit more, I think. That's probably the answer. Let's stick the number plate and the L plate on. Oh, oh, oh my goodness. Oh, crikey. Good job that didn't fall in on top of the car. Crikey. Well, let me just use a brush and I'll use some of this. Okay. And the L plate. It's a big moment, isn't it, for teenagers when they start to learn to drive? But the expense of insurance and everything else is just appalling. Absolutely staggering. There. Let's have a look at that on that. So that can go on a card. I think I will put something behind this. What I think I'll do is cut the next size larger and colour it the same blue with my marker. So that's the next one, isn't it? Yeah, I just want a narrow border. So I'll cut the next size up and colour it to match the car. So. Yes, I'll join that to that, that to that, and that to that, and that to that, and all the rest of it. Right, here we go. Do I want that on there? I do want happy birthday on somewhere. I had a look through my supplies of dyes and I picked a few sort of potentials. This was one, and I wondered whether I could put that with that happy birthday, or this with that happy birthday. Let me just try that one. I forget the make of those. The font is lovely. I like that font. Let's just colour this one. See which we prefer. There was that, or that and that. I remember that one was a Papertrey Ink one. I don't remember a lot. There's that one, Happy Birthday, which is kind of nice. Or substituting the quirky birthday one, which is that, which I kind of like. And this one is small enough to go with that. Let's just have a look and see what I think of this one. Sometimes it's a matter of actually what you've got. But if you've got a choice, then I think it's worthwhile spending a little bit of time just sort of, you know, playing with what you think might look the best. I quite like that one, actually. I think I'll go with that. I've changed my mind. Ladies' prerogative, isn't it? So let's just stick all this lot down. I think that's fine. So there we are, one finished card for a young lady that Phil and I are just so proud of. We're proud of all our grandkids. In fact, my grandson yesterday apparently got a wonderful one-handed catch playing cricket right on the boundary, and his team won. So we have great hopes for him too. So as ever, thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping the algorithm going by clicking the thumbs up. It makes such a difference to creators. So thank you so much for that. And come back and see me very soon.